All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's another day. It's Monday. So far, not a bad week. Like not a bad start to the week. We had a pretty good day, 2 for 2, with a swing opened up. Basically, today we took SPY for 150% profit, and then I took app. I'll talk about MCD and why I took it. It's a pretty good trade. But this is a swing. Most likely, it will work out the way I'm thinking about it. But it's one of the stocks that I'm going to talk about today. App is the other one that we played, which ended up going pretty nice, 70%. Got some runners left, but runners aren't really that important when you take a big chunk of profit for 70%. It's always nice. So 2 for 2 today. Really happy with this, and just very very fun. I forgot to mention this last week, I believe, but one of my members did hit 6 figures in the first time, which is really impressive. Congratulations to him. He posted this on the 13th. I forgot to mention it in the videos, but very nice to see. And most of the money he made was from UNH, and I believe LLY he also made a lot of profit off of somewhere. Yeah, right here. LLY also, he made a lot of money off of that as well. Pretty nice to see that. It's a thing that once you get to that 100k mark, your goal is not to lose it. That's one thing, but the other thing is to kind of you get that 6-figure, you start really picking up the pace of how much your account can grow. And of course you need to be mindful of it, but it allows you to be a lot more flexible with a lot more money, and you can handle the losses a lot better as long as you maintain proper risk to reward. Now, so far it's been 19 days in May, and it has been a pretty good month of May. We have done pretty nice. Obviously May has not finished yet, but there has been a tremendous amount of wins versus the few losses that we have, which again, of course, losses are part of the game. It will always be there. Your goal is never to not have losses, but to maintain a good risk to reward and profit high while keeping your losses as low as possible. So 27 wins, 8 losses with a 77% win rate for the month of May. Still a lot of trades. I don't really give much crap about the win rate. You can have a 50% win rate and still be very profitable. So win rate doesn't really matter. It's all about how well can you keep your profits high and losses low. So this kind of shows all of the trades that we took this month so far. LLY being the big one, right? 900% winner, almost 1,000%. I wish I could have gotten that one to 1,000%, but a lot of big wins. You can see 400%, a couple of 400%, a couple of 500%. I think these are all 500%. So 4 500%, 1 400%, and obviously you can see the big winners are all LLY because we took LLY down multiple times. App was a big one as well. UNH was also another big one. So pretty happy with that. The losses, this one, and this one, these were 3 plays that expired 0, so they're minus 100%. But again, they weren't even close to the profits that we made throughout the whole month so far. This kind of shows you what 2 stocks have been kind of the bad stocks for us this month so far. SPX, I had 2 trades on SPX this month so far, and both trades weren't good. And then that one Tesla trade that went minus 60%. Those are the only 2 losses, LLY being the big winner. So pretty good. You can see majority of the gains this month has come from puts, mainly due to the fact that we played LLY puts multiple times and we played UNH puts multiple times. So those were some of the big winners for the month, and these puts really came in handy. And average gain of 300% on puts is kind of nuts, to be honest. Calls, not too bad. App really did his job, but it was mixed altogether. So pretty good month so far. There's about 2 weeks left. So this whole week and then next week of trading. Next week being a 4-day week. It's Mondays off because of Memorial Day, I believe. So 4-day week, and so we'll see if we can keep this month pretty clean and close it out strong and make it the biggest month so far. So it will be pretty cool. right? If you do want to be part of the room, go ahead and check out the link in the descriptions below. You can use the code SALE50 for 50% off of the monthly subscription for the first month only. So all right, let's go. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and talk about the 3 stocks that I think are going to be really nice for this week. These are stocks that I think are pretty decent. They have potential, and I want to start off with McDonald's. It's not the super volatile type of stock that I wish I could give you guys, but this is one of those stocks that I think has the potential to go up really nicely, mainly because it has a really good chart setup. If you look at the daily chart, it has an all-time high at 326.30, which I think is very, very doable, because guess where we're at? We're at 321.23, and this 321.78, 321 80 area is a pretty good resistance. So what I'm looking for is, if we can break through this resistance, we get that next bit of a push here into this 326, and then if we break 326, we should be able to see 330 on MCD. It should be very doable for the stock to get to 330. I'm not expecting it to do it this week. I honestly, the maximum I am expecting is maybe it gets to 325, 326 if we're lucky. It's a slower stock. If we do get a day like this where it goes from like 307 all the way to 315, like a 5 to 7 point move, that's insanely good for this stock, which is possible. You never know, but I'm not expecting more than like 2 to 3 points a day. So by Wednesday, if we can get to 326, I'm happy with that. We'll take some profits, keep some runners for a swing until the end of the week. Preferably, I think if you want to play this, let's say you guys want to get in on it tomorrow, wait till this 321.80, 322 break and just take like a 2-week out or a 3-week out call option. Just because the more time you have, the better it is for this type of stock. It's a slower stock than most. It can go there in a single day, which again, if you take a longer expiration, you'll still make money on it, right? But if you take a longer expiration, you are safe from the slower moves, the slower grinds, the consolidation days. So this is one of those stocks that I think is all-time high is very close. I think it will hit. And yeah, 330 is the target for us. All right. Number 2 stock. This one has to be app, because it's really good. It's like right there. 380 breaks, just take it to the upside. I'm gonna play it tomorrow if 380 breaks, because again, we played it today for a day trade. We took our money. I have a few swings, but again, if it breaks 380 tomorrow, I'm playing $400 calls. I'm playing 410 calls, and I'm gonna try to catch the next move towards 400, because this still has a gap to fill and it's still setting up really nicely. So again, I'm not done with this. The other thing I'll point out is on the daily chart, look at this purple EMA. It just went blue, which is really good. That's very bullish, by the way. This is the 34 EMA 50 EMA cloud, which this cloud turned purple, which means it's bearish, and now it's turned back to blue, which means it's bullish. Last time it turned from purple to blue was back over here, August of 2024, and app had just a parabolic run. This time maybe we'll get back to all-time highs. Who knows? Let's see. 380 is the key level to watch out for. All right. Last but not least, this one, to me, if I were to pick my favorite one for the week, right? I talked about how yesterday Coinbase was my favorite one for the week. I still like it, but there's one more that I consider to be my favorite for the week. And honestly, after today's performance, I feel like it is one of my favorites, and it has to be CrowdStrike. It's so close. It held that trend line I talked about yesterday, where if it does hold this trend line and it pushes a bit, it's great. It even did a bullish engulfing candle on the upside here, using this candle today to enclose and cover basically the body of this entire little candle the day before. It's just such a good setup. So barring that there's no bad news, right, I think this has the potential to break 450 and just run. So I'm watching this extremely closely this week, because this is right there. This is right there. It has built itself. It has made the consolidation. It's a beautiful setup. If we break 450, it is a winner. So I am looking for this 450 break to get it to 460 and sculpt that 10 points. I love a chart that just shaped up. I was a bit worried to kind of be like, what if it doesn't hold the trend line today? But it did, which is the best part. It held the trend line and it pushed and it closed at a really good spot. So 450 break tomorrow, it could send it higher. If I might even enter early depending on how it opens up. You know, if it opens up at 445, 446 and it sets up a nice setup into the 450 break, I might just get in early and, you know, run it up towards 460 if it is that good. But setup is perfect. I love it. It's too good. It is a beautiful setup. All-time high is right there. Break it, we should at least see 460 and maybe even a bigger run towards earnings into 465, 470. So watching this very closely. It also did get a price target increase today. Not anything like insane. It's a $40 price target increase by RBC, which doesn't really matter. It's not a level 1 analyst. But you got KeyBank upgrading it right before earnings, right? You got this guy upgrading it right before earnings, right? Earnings is not that far away. It's what, 2 weeks away, and these guys are upgrading this stock before earnings comes out. They're probably expecting the earnings to be good. Okay, so to me, you know, I think it's a big deal. Even like, look, level 1 analyst Morgan Stanley even upgraded it 4 days ago. So I feel like this one is ready. It most likely will go up a lot before earnings. So watch out for this. Keep an eye on it. It looks good. Now, to wrap things up, I want to give you guys some updates on a few stocks we had on watch. LLY building itself, this flag, so let it build itself, let it find its way. 760 break happens. We're playing call options on this one. I was hoping it would do it today, but it didn't, so no play on this today. If it breaks 760, call options. If it breaks below, I would select 730 breaks, short it down. Should be a pretty good play both ways, whichever way it picks. I was looking at Palantir, and Palantir not bad. Like, it's okay. It's consolidating. It's finding some support here around the 124 and 125. So maybe it crawls back up to 130, breaks it for another push. We'll keep an eye on it. Should be pretty okay. And I also was seeing UNH be super good. Now with UNH, I think it's on the phase where people are buying the dip because insiders are also buying it, and my only concern is the amount of downgrades it's getting is it's a little bit concerning, is what I'm saying. Now here's another downgrade where the price target gets cut 200 points by, you know, not a big analyst, but it's still a big downgrade. And there's just a lot of, like, Cohen also downgrades it by 200 points. There's a lot of downgrades. So to me, maybe we get this stock to fill the gap up to 376 because there's still gaps to fill. But considering the amount of downgrades and the average price of these downgrades being around 300, we're sitting at what, 315 today? So we're kind of there. Like, we're kind of around that 300 mark. Insiders are buying the dips. A lot of people are buying the dips, which makes sense, right? I understand it's gone down super hard. I don't think they're gonna kill the stock all of a sudden, right? The government will step in and probably save the company anyways. But let's see, maybe there's another opportunity for a short coming soon, and I'm just watching it day by day to see if there's an opportunity. Maybe I'll even play a call option depending on how it sets up tomorrow. It's just an ongoing process, right? So I'll keep an eye on it. I don't know yet what levels I want to play. I think it's best to just wait day by day and trade the intraday levels and sculpt the call options or the put options, whichever way it gives. But that's basically what I'm looking at. As for Microsoft, another good day for it. It's gonna get to that all-time high, so just, you know, keep an eye on it, keep playing it. If you're still in on it, you can keep riding it towards 470. Again, it's a slower moving stock. It will continue to grind up and get to that all-time high, so you're fine in my opinion. And last but not least, you know, just to quickly wrap up things up, Coinbase, still think it's got 300 on it, so watch out for it. All right guys, I will see you guys tomorrow for another update video, most likely. If you are not part of the group, make sure you go ahead and check out the group. I'll see you guys. Bye bye. Peace.